Hey everybody! Today we're going to show you how to use Google Apps formulas in Spanish. You'll start on your spreadsheet here, and you'll go to the File menu and select Spreadsheet Settings. You'll see in this table you have the option to edit the locale, the time zone, the recalculation, and then at the bottom under General Settings you have the option to edit the display language. You'll click English and be taken to the language settings profile. Now I've added in here previously that Spanish is another language that I understand, so Google knows in my history. However, if I want to make Spanish my main language, I'll click this arrow up here to make it the default language. Now I'm going to return back to my Spanish formulas page, click Save Settings, and now I'll click Refresh so that it loads and sees that I've made Spanish my new default language. Now you can see that my spreadsheet is in Spanish, and now I can actually type in formulas in Spanish, and Sheet's going to recognize it. So for instance, let's say I wanted to find the sum of 6 plus 2. I would type it in Spanish. Equals valor 6 plus 2. And I have my answer, 8. If we wanted to take the sum of this list, we'd highlight it just like we would in English. So I'll do equals suma. And here you can see the pop-out menu that explains what each formula means in Spanish. It gives you an example, ejemplo, a resumen, a summary, and it explains what each value means within the parentheses. So I'm going to select this list of numbers here, close the parentheses, and hit enter. And I'm returned with the value of the sum or the suma of this list. So the good news about changing your language settings to recognize Spanish formulas in Sheets is that you can also switch back and forth between Spanish and English, because some of the formulas you may only know in English and some of the formulas you may only know in Spanish. So to adjust this setting, you'll go back to File, Archivo, you'll go to Configuration de la hoja de cálculo, and you have this option here that says always use the names of the functions in English. So by clicking this, that'll make me only able to ask functions in English. If I want to use both English and Spanish, I'll keep this unchecked, press cancel, and you'll see that you're able to use both English and Spanish formulas. So to show you that you can use formulas in English and Spanish, I've gone back to my language settings page, and I'm going to switch back to English as my default language, but keep Spanish under here as other languages I understand. I'll go back to my Spanish formulas page, click cancel, click refresh so that this bar up here appears back in English, and I'll double check that my formulas recognize both English and Spanish formulas. So let's do equals sum 6 plus 2 equals suma 6 plus 2, and you'll see that Sheet still recognizes Spanish formulas even though my default language is in English. Thanks for joining us for this tip. For more tips and tricks like this, visit theguru.com.